Good evening, everyone. This is Jonathan Pollard of Pollard Financial Coaching and Gen Y Financial Freedom coming to you this November 5th, 2014. And today's video topic is the four things that one should consider before making any investment. And when I use that term investment, I mean it broadly in this particular video. I'm not necessarily talking about investing in stocks. I know I do advocate investing in stocks a whole lot on my videos and on my blog, and there's a good reason for that. And the reason for that, just in case you're interested, is that stocks have outperformed every single asset class, outperformed real estate, outperformed commodities such as gold and oil over the past approximately 100 years. And I think that it's one of the investing in stocks is one of the best ways to build wealth. But today, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in general what you should look at when you're making an investment. That investment can be an investment in yourself, whether through education, or it can be the purchase of a home, or it can be a decision to enter into a business partnership with someone else. So without further ado, here are the four criteria or four things that you should look at before making any investment decision. The first one is whether or not you understand what you're investing in. So to apply this to the educational example, let's say you want to go back to school and get a degree. For instance, a lot of people go to law school and don't know what the daily life of a lawyer is like. They don't know whether or not they will like the job of a lawyer on a day-to-day basis after they graduate, right? So in that instance, they don't understand the investment that they are making in themselves, and therefore, it probably is not a good investment. Similarly, to apply this criterion to stock investing, a lot of people want to invest in companies that are extremely high tech, and these people don't understand what the companies are doing. They want to invest in a biotech company that's attempting to cure Crohn's disease or Alzheimer's disease, but they don't understand how the company's research process is formulated, or they can't even explain what the company does in a concise manner in a paragraph or in a few sentences. So that's a rule of thumb. If you can't explain why something is a good investment, you probably shouldn't be investing in it because you probably don't understand it. Right? Number two, value. That's something that you should look at when you're making an investment decision. And by value, I mean, are you paying too high of a price for what you're getting? All right? The amount that you pay for any asset, the return that you receive on any asset that you purchase is directly correlated to the amount that you pay for it. Right? So let's say you buy an asset for $2 and it goes up to $10. Great, you have an $8 return, right? You have a 400% return. So you will be better off and will have made a larger profit than a similar person who buys that same asset at $7 when it goes to 10. The person who buys it at $7 and it goes to 10 only has a 42% gain. 3 over 7 is 42%. Right? Number three, what is the risk reward proposition? And another way of saying that is, does the risk outweigh the potential gain? Generally speaking, in every investment that you make, you want to have a very limited downside, and you want to know explicitly what your downside is, how much you can lose, right? You don't want to be risking everything or all of your capital or all of your time on one particular thing. And theoretically, you would like to have an unlimited upside or a very high upside in comparison to the amount of risk that you're taking on, right? So for every investment that you make, you want to make sure that you understand the risk reward proposition. The fourth and final thing is something that's very, very personal and intimate to you, but it's important nonetheless. And it's whether or not the investment is long-term or short-term. Now, that's important because when the investment, or if the investment starts to go awry and things don't work out necessarily as you want, you might be tempted to act emotionally and not logically and rationally. But if you know that you're in something for the long term, whenever you hit those bumps in the road, whenever you hit the stormy weather, then you'll be more likely to continue on and stick with it because you recognize that the investment is a good proposition. It's something that's going to add value to your life. An example of that is investing in the stock market. I know I said I wasn't going to talk too much about the stock market, but it's particularly applicable here. Right. So let's say you're investing for retirement. Back in 2008, early 2009, everything was going to hell. A whole lot of people were losing money hand over fist. And it was very, very easy to get scared because you were losing money. Same thing with the housing bubble. However, if you had remained invested in the stock market in your 401k or your retirement account or your regular investment account, 5 years later, you'd be really sitting pretty because the market has rebounded back greatly from the depths of the abyss that it was in. Similarly, if you buy a house, you're not expecting necessarily to make a 50% return in the first year that you buy it unless you're a real estate investor and you're trying to flip properties. However, you know that if you buy in a good neighborhood next to good schools, in an up-and-coming area, although you might not make a 50% return in the first year, over the long term, you expect that property to appreciate. So just to recap, the 4 criteria that you should look at when you're making an investment are whether or not you understand the investment, 2, the value of the investment, that is to say, are you paying too high of a price for the asset that you're getting? Number 3, do you understand the risk-reward proposition? Is it a good one? And number 4, is the investment long-term or short-term? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's Daily Dollar, and please stay tuned. Thank you.